Hello and welcome to Robin Minds Plus. My name is Desmond and today we're talking about fashion, we're talking about trends, we're talking about Fashion Week, which is in a few days, and I'm joined by Edwin. Hi Edwin.
Hi Desmond. It's exciting that Fashion Week is finally here. It's one of the highlight moments of Culture Month, which is a month that includes like Art X, the Lagos Poetry Festival, the African Film International Film Festival. So there's just like film, fashion, music, and poetry in this month. And Lagos Fashion Week is the flagship event that kicks everything off. So
fantastic, and that's in a few days. So, what are some of the trends that you'd like to see?
So over the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen a shift from, sheer fashion, like cutouts and things of that nature, towards more sustainable fashion, like the conversation around climate change, the conversation around sustainable fabric, sustainable construction practices. So we're going to see a lot of designers gravitate towards Adire. We're going to see a lot of designers gravitate towards Ashoke as they try to incorporate sustainability into their collections this season. We're also going to see a lot of volume because the cold shoulder, it seems like it's never going to go away at this point, and Nigerian designers really love the cold shoulder, the baggy shoulder, the exaggerated shoulder. So we're going to see a lot of volume. We're going to see a lot of silhouettes, big silhouettes at Fashion Week this year. I think we're going to see a lot of denim because denim is coming back into trend, and we've seen it at Jacquemus, we've seen it at Versace, and we expect that if it's already at Celine and at Chanel, it's definitely going to trickle down to Nigeria, so I'm expecting that as well for trends. So pretty much that's what I expect.
It's great that you mentioned some of this. You mentioned Ashoke, you mentioned denim, and also everything. I've been seeing a lot of organza material.
Yeah, I think they should stop using organza because, like, the dresses that you guys make from organza, except for maybe a handful of people, it's just ugly. Like, it's ugly. Let's go. Like, you can't afford silk organza, so why bother? Like, why just put all of us to that stress? If I don't see a silk jacket, an organza jacket, an organza dress, an organza blouse, I swear I'll be the happiest person at Fashion Week. So please, I'm begging. If you already have it in your collection, please edit your collection and take it out to wear it. It will be interesting to see, like, up close and in person, the clothes that he's showing. There's a lot of cowboy references. There are a lot of, like androgynous fits, which is his staple and his signature for his brand. But I am also really excited to see Frush come back to the Lagos Fashion Week runway this year. Last year was his comeback season. He released a collection that had a lot of gauzy dresses and a lot of references from old Edo State and like Benin culture. It was a really, really strong collection, and I think that Frank Aguno, the creative director of Frush, is growing as a designer, and after his collaborations with Vlisco and a couple of other brands, I want to see him, return back to his label and put all of that creative energy and everything he's learned back into a new collection. So I'm really excited for that. I'm also excited for JZO because they are like the premier menswear label in Nigeria who's doing interesting things with menswear. So I want to see what they bring this season to the runways. I'm also kind of excited for Maxivive, even though my excitement is kind of apprehensive because Maxivive, he has a lot of great ideas, but he doesn't always execute excellently. But the ideas are so strong that I'm always excited to see what he brings, even though I'm not always excited to see the end product. So this year, I'm hoping that this year might be the year that, the idea and the execution, they kind of merge. I'm also excited to see Emi Casbit because I feel like Emi Casbit spent the last 3 years refining his brand and refining his voice as a designer. But he spent most of 2019 working like partnerships and collaborations with retailers who tend to water down brands so that make it commercial. And I really haven't loved the things that he's put out as part of his commercial collaborations with designers. So I'm excited to see him go back to his roots as a conceptual designer and bring, a new idea, take Nigerian culture and infuse it into clothing. So I'm really, really excited for that. Who else am I even excited for to see? Okay, I'm excited to see Style Temple. I'm always excited to see Style Temple because, frou-frou gowns, beautiful gowns, great gowns. We're gonna see all of that. I'm also excited to see Guzzle Green. Guzzle Green, as far as conceptual designers go, Guzzle Green is at the apex. Since when they debuted as part of the 2014 Fashion Focus program, they've consistently raised the bar for what creative, progressive women's wear looks like. And I'm always excited to see them on the runway, and they've been kind of quiet this year, so to see them come back to the runway, I'm really excited for. So yeah, those are, I think, the 5-6 people. Oh yeah, of course, how could I forget? Like, Bridget Awosika is, oh God, she's like amazing. Construction, ideation, execution, she's just perfect. And every chance we get to see her on the runway, because she didn't show last year, is a chance I personally, hold as sacred. So I'm happy to see her come back to Lagos Fashion Week runways this year and show a new collection. Bridget, please come and school the girls. They need it.
All right, fantastic. So really fun to that you mentioned that some of the designers are coming back and you're anticipating their growth from last year. So what are some of those designers that were perhaps have showcased last year or the year before that you missed this year?
So I'm really, 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 really sad to hear that Denike Balogun of Denike Online is not showing at Fashion Week this year. Denike had, in my opinion, the strongest collection last year. Her construction was spectacular. The ideation and how she executed those ideas were just like, because she took a lot of reference from Yoruba culture. She played with Ashoke, she played with, gauze, and just like, it was just a really beautiful, hyper-feminine collection. So I'm hearing that she's not showing this year, which for me is a tragedy, because we need more women's wear designers who are highly conceptual, who have excellent tailoring, who have excellent execution, and who are formally trained as designers and know exactly what they're doing. This is also why I'm really, really sad that for the second year in a row, Titi Bello is not showing at Fashion Week. Titi Bello as a design label is like, I would say, the ultra-feminist fashion label that shows at Fashion Week. Her clothes are hyper-feminine. Her clothes, they worship and celebrate the female body. They are like girl boss type clothing. There's a lot of like big ruffles and big sleeves. And she has such a distinct signature as a designer that you just see a Titi Bello blouse and you instantly recognize it. And I feel like we're losing something now that she hasn't shown for 2 years in a row at Fashion Week. And I think that something needs to happen. She needs to come back next year, because 1 is bad, 2 is terrible, but 3 would just be a travesty. So I really, really wish that more female designers were showing at Fashion Week, especially Titi Bello and Denike. And I'm just going to have to hope and wait for the collections that they actually put, if they show collections outside of the Lagos Fashion Week cycle. But yeah, I feel like it's a great loss that we're not having them show this year.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hope you had a great time.
Yeah, I did.